Over the years, I've seen many different kinds of room finish schedules created within a Revit environment. Let's go through the process of creating a room finish schedule in a traditional way. To create a schedule, we first need to go to the View tab on the ribbon, find Schedules, click on Schedules, then select Schedule Quantities. That'll open up the New Schedule dialog box. Scroll down until we find Rooms, because this is a room finish schedule. For the name of the schedule, let's name it Room Finish Schedule. And we will be scheduling the building components. In this case, it's the individual rooms which have been placed inside of the Revit model. For this schedule, it's important that we also set the phase. Phase is the period of time in Revit. In typical construction projects, that may be the existing building, demolition, or new construction. In this project, we have 3 different phases called existing, working drawings, and a phase that's been named learning content. Well, I happen to know that all the rooms have been placed in the working drawings phase. So if we want them to show up in the schedule, we need to select the appropriate phase. So let's click Working Drawings, then click on OK. After selecting on OK, we have a variety of available fields. Now, if you're just starting a project from scratch, you probably would not have as many fields as what we currently have inside of this project. So what we'll do is we'll go through the process of selecting a couple of the available fields, adding them to our schedule, and then creating a few of our own fields that we can then fill in with information. Now, 2 fields that we'll always need to have will be the number of the room as well as the name of the room. So let's look for number, click on number, then select on the Add Parameters button. Do the same thing for name, add parameter. Now on the list over here on the side, we currently do not have directional walls, meaning an east wall, a north wall, a south wall, a west wall. So what we need to do now is create walls for each one of those directions. Let's start with a north wall. Click where it has the New Parameter button. And let's name this parameter North. The type of parameter will be a text parameter. Now it's important to choose text parameter because text parameter allows you to type in the material that will be associated with the north wall of the project. Click on OK. Now we need to do that for the other 3 directions. So let's now create a new parameter for east. Type of parameter will be text. Click on OK. Same thing, go to new parameter. We want a south parameter. Change it to text for the type of parameter. Click OK. Go to new parameters. This will be west. It'll be a text parameter. Click on OK. And we could go through the same process for the ceilings inside of our rooms. But for right now, we'll just leave our schedule to have just the walls as well as the number and name. And of course, we could also do this for flooring material as well. In fact, let's just take a look underneath available fields and see if we have floor as one of our options. It looks like floor finish is one of our options. So let's select on floor finish and then click the Add Parameter button. Now, one thing I do want to have is I want to have the floor finish come before my walls. So with floor finish highlighted, come down here to Move Parameter Up, and then keep selecting on Move Parameter Up until floor finish is between name and north. Now the next thing I want to do will be to go to the Sorting and Grouping tab. So select on Sorting and Grouping. For Sort By, right now it says None. I want to sort the schedule that we're getting ready to create by the room number. Once that's completed, come down here to OK. Now we have a room finish schedule. The next thing I'd like to do is to group north, east, south, and west underneath a single category called walls. To accomplish that, I'll click where it has north, then hold down the shift key on the keyboard, then click where it has west. That should highlight north, east, south, and west. Now we need to group these titles or headers together. To group them, on the ribbon, you should now have an option here for Group Headers. Click on Group. Now they've all been grouped underneath this header. And for the header, I want to call the header Walls. Now that we have our schedule in place, the next thing that we can do is just to start typing in some of our finish information. And just as an example as to how that can be accomplished, I'm going to come down here to 105, which is hall. And then for the north wall of the hallway, I want this to be a paint material. So I'm just going to type in PT-1. And I could continue that for the east, south, and west sides of the hallway. And you could do that continuously for all the other rooms that are part of your building.